Hey everybody, I'm Trish from Downey's Candle Company. Welcome to or welcome back to my channel. This is week 6 of my 52 Weeks of Candles series. And this week I'm going to be doing, you can either call it, I guess, tie-dye or marbling. But that's what I'm going to be doing with the candle this week. So if you want to see that, stick around.
So for this project, I'm going to be using the 13.5 ounce Cali jars from California Candle Supply. I also use the CDN2 wicks from 1617, and I double wick these jars, which I feel works the best for burning. So I just stick those in with the wick setter that I have. Now I'm going to use, these are called bow tie, I believe. They're the wick centering tools that they work good because they lock them into place and stay out of the way when I pour the wax. And now I'm going to measure out my fragrance oil. So for this, I'm using 2 different kinds because this is a raspberry lemonade candle. So I have the lemonade scent that I got from Just Scent and raspberry jam, which I got from Brambleberry. And for these 2 jars, I put in 1.8 ounces of fragrance oil. So I put in 1 ounce of the lemonade and 0.8 ounces of the raspberry jam. And I'm just going to set that to the side. Now I'm going to check on my wax and see what the temperature is of that. For the wax, I'm using virgin coconut soy wax from the Wooden Wick Company. And I heat that up to about 200 and then I take it off. This one I heated a little too high. I think it was at 210 by the time I checked it. So once I pour that, I'm just going to let it cool down in the pouring pitcher, which the pouring pitcher's not freezing, but it's not warm as the wax. So it'll cool down pretty quickly in there. I'll just let that cool down until it gets to, I think about 195 is when I am going to pour the fragrance oil in here. I don't want to pour it too high and let the fragrance oil dissipate with the heat of the wax. So once I pour this in, I'm going to mix it for 2 minutes. I just mix when I make a paraffin coconut wax. I mix it for 2 minutes. So I'm just in the habit of mixing all of my fragrance oil in for about 2 minutes to make sure that it is fully binding in the wax before I pour it. So now I'm going to get ready to pour both of these jars. And I like to clean my utensils as I use them so that the wax comes right off pretty easily. So I'm just going to fill both of these up, and then we're going to let them cool off so that we can do the next step. And I don't think I mentioned earlier, but between both of these, I'm using 21 ounces of wax, so about 11.5 ounces in each jar. So now both of these are poured, and I will be back when they have set up. So now it's the next day, and the wax is hard. I'm just clipping the wicks. I didn't clip them all the way down because I'll do a final clip after I do my marbling step. So for this step, I'm using this metal skewer along with 2 different dyes. The first one is magenta, or I think this one's yellow, but I'm using both magenta and yellow. Both of them are liquid dyes that I got from Candle Science. And I'm also using tinfoil. You can see I'll put some drops on the tinfoil after. But first, I'm going to, just use a skewer and put some holes right on the outside layer of the jar, between the jar and the wax. And in this first one, I am going to put 6 of these skewer holes, and that's where I'm going to put the dye in, which you'll see coming up. I'll put the dye in there, but I'm just going to put 6. The other jar I will probably do less, but I've seen 6 done. I've seen less done. So here I do 6 just to see what that's going to look like. I chose magenta and yellow because this is a raspberry lemonade, so I figured it's kind of a summer fragrance. These 2 colors, lemonade, yellow, raspberry, more of a red magenta kind of color. So here I'm going to put the drops on the tin foil. Then I'm just going to rub my skewer in there and go into, with the yellow, I'm going to go into 3 of the holes, and I'll use the magenta and I'll go into the other 3 holes. And I just kind of try to get it down to the bottom so that when I use my heat gun to try to melt this and make it look a little more marbly or tie-dye-y, I can do it from the bottom up. So I'm gonna do the magenta in the 3 holes that I did not put the yellow in. It's kind of a fun process to kind of see what it is going to look like. I have never done this before, so it's going to be interesting. I saw this on a TikTok they used at a blue and red, so it looked really cool because it was blue, reds, and then both of them together obviously make purple, so it was a little lavender in there too, and it was really pretty. So now I'm going to take my heat gun and I'm just going to heat the sides of this, and this actually takes quite a while because you're kind of have to go with each skewer hole, and you kind of got to melt that around, melt some of the wax around it so that it starts spreading. With this one, you will see, hopefully, or you might not see, I kind of got a little crazy and I decided I wanted the top to look marbly too. So I took the skewer and just kind of poked holes in the top, which didn't come out as well as I would have liked it to come out, but you'll see the results in that after. So this one's done, and in the next one, I decided to only put 4 holes in this one to see how that one comes out. So this one, I'm just going to put the 4 holes in, and then I'm going to use the same process I used in the last one, where I'm going to use the skewer and stick the dye right down into those holes, trying to get a lot of it, trying to get it evenly from the bottom to the top. And I'm not going to poke holes on the top of this one because I want to see if I like it better. You can kind of see the other one is mostly red on the top because of all the other little additional holes I poked that I didn't really need to. So this one, I don't do that. So this one at the top hopefully will come out a little bit better. And I'm just going to get the dye in there, and then I'm going to use the heat gun like I did with the other one. And like I said, this does take a little while to get it all melted in there. Melt it around so you can kind of see it moving around. And now this is the end product of this. And I think they came out pretty good. I like this one a lot. The one where the top's not so red.
Okay, so I'm back with the finished product. This is the one that I put 6 holes, I guess I'll call them, in. And this is the one I put 4. I think I kind of went a little crazy with this one, which you obviously saw that I just poked 6. I even poked some in the top. So I kind of don't like the way this one came out as much, because compared to this one, you can't really see the white. The top just looks like maybe it was, I don't know. This one looks more of a tie-dye, or I guess more tie-dye, or maybe marble. I do like this one. I do like the way this came out. Off camera, I just cleaned up the glass and trimmed the wicks a little bit more. But all in all, I like them. The reason that the person that I saw was a TikTok video, and what she had done was she had done, I think, blue and red. So when she marbled it, some of it was purple, and I thought that was kind of cool. As you saw in the video, this scent was raspberry lemonade, so kind of a summer scent, and I think this kind of goes along with it. It's kind of got the pinkish red for raspberry, yellow for lemonade, kind of orange, sunset, maybe. I don't know, maybe I'm just wishful thinking, but I like the way they both came out. This one more than this one, but still they all came out good. So thanks for watching this video. I hope to see you for week 7. Have a good week.